Abstract brainwaves, game genie in the beanie. We ain't on the same stage, leveled up. The epitome of technique, can't survive in my current thought.
Other yellow hat guy here, back with another video, and let's jump right into this. We've got on our screen here my avatar with the Team Rocket clothing on, and that was free, by the way. I thought Niantic would charge you for that, but they did not. Looks pretty cool. I'm happy with it, as we can see here. Looks pretty authentic. I've got the hair, female character, so mine looks like who? Jessie. So I'm assuming the male looks like James. Now, we alluded to this last video, and even last year I threw something out there saying, hey, Team Rocket is coming, but Jessie and James didn't show. Eventually their leader showed, but what's cool now is you can actually encounter them in the game. If you look up, you can see a balloon. Obviously they're not here now. I'm told that they show up in 6-hour increments. So, 12 a.m. to, 6 hours from then, boom, there they go, the next 6 hours. 24 hours a day, so you've got 4 opportunities to get them. That's right, 4. So you would see a little shadow above here, and I should have a picture of that, as well as how they look in game. A lot of detail in their facial expressions and hair. I couldn't quite find the hairstyle for Jessie's. It was not quite the color of hers, but close enough. But I prefer the green hair on my character. Anyway, you've got Kirim. Now, I dusted over that by showing you in my actual storage the lucky one that I got that's really good, and probably the one I'm going to use. Was not happy that he can't go above 4,000 CP, but it is what it is. Ice Dragon, double weaked ice. We'll have this thing for a while. He's got those funny T-Rex hands and everything, but Metagross is who you want to use. Fortunately, the recommended is Metagross. So there's that. Now, let's get into some more news here that's in the game, shall we? Oh, not into our settings, in our actual news. Come on. So a little more on Jessie and James. We'll talk about that first, and then we'll get into what's coming up tomorrow. Or is it Sunday? I believe it's Sunday. My days are off. Blame the pandemic. Friday feels like Saturday. Saturday feels like Sunday. Sunday feels like that other day. Anyway, here it is. Battle Jessie and James by finding their Meowth balloon. So that was one thing I didn't mention. So how it works is you might see a regular black balloon with the R on it, and that's essentially a Grunt, or if you have some of the fragments, it could be one of the, leaders, Cliff, Arlo, Sierra. It could be one of those 3. Alternatively, if you've got the Super Radar equipped, you could face Giovanni. Now, why is this awesome? Well, normally you'd have to go out to a dense area. By dense, I mean a lot of Pokestops and what have you, just to encounter some of these grunts. Now you're guaranteed to see them 4 times a day if you're in the game at that said time. Now, it looks like they pop up right at the dot. So the footage I've got shows them, a few minutes after 6 a.m. or something like that. I mean, I saw somebody else's image, but then I encountered them myself, just not Jessie and James yet. So maybe that changes, and every day it's like, going to be a different 6 hours, but I don't know. So far, that's what it looks like. Now, let's get back to reading this. A mysterious duo has arrived in Pokemon Go via a Meowth balloon. The 2 call themselves Jessie and James, as if we don't know this, Niantic. And it looks like they're up to no good. Help us defeat them. As a Team Go Rockets balloons prowl the skies, we've been further investigating Jessie and James. I can't read. We've been investigating Jessie and James further. The grunts piling the balloons are just as perplexed as we are to where these characters came from. From what we understand, Team Go Rocket has assigned Shadow Pokemon to protect Jessie and James as they seek to create more Shadow Pokemon. So right there, it's like the Grunts don't even know these guys. They should. Did the Grunts think they're better than Jessie and James? I don't know, but the key thing in here is Shadow Pokemon. This is where you come in. Check the map to see whether Jessie and James' Meowth balloon is flying by. When the Meowth balloon appears, tap it to battle Jessie and James. It looks like Jessie and James won't be here for long, so let's go teach these silly villains who's boss before they leave. Okay, so who knows how long that'll be. I thought they would show up GoFest, but they're here now. And what we also know is they're taking over this weekly GoFest challenge, which starts today as of this video. So hopefully I get this video up today and not later. That being said, they're supposed to have their own time during the weekend. It's going to allow you to get rid of frustration. So if you've got some shadow Pokemon with the move Frustration, which you can't TM, they're allowing you this special chance to get rid of that move this go around. From what I understand, the PvP can take advantage of these shadow Pokemon because some of them are really good there, and you could have a better move to utilize them there. So for those of you who like that, this is your opportunity. So this weekend, you have Gengar Community Day. I said Gengar, it's really Ghastly Community Day, but I'm only thinking about Gengar. I mean, I've got the Ghastly, I've got a couple Gengars, even the one with the party hat on. But this is what we all as a community voted for. It's not something new to some of us, but for many of us, I imagine you may not have it, and Gengar being my favorite Pokemon, it's another opportunity to get more shinies and more candy for it. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm running out of space though, Niantic. Going to my Pokemon here, I've got 240. I deleted roughly, 55 Pokemon, and I didn't delete all 55. I removed 55. Some of them were deleted. Some I transferred to Pokemon Let's Go. What's up with the holdup? Is it you or is it Nintendo? Is it Game Freak, Pokemon Company? Pokemon Home needs to have connectivity to Pokemon Go. Like, we need that. I get that you guys may not want people to just transfer Pokemon back and forth that, aren't released yet, or people exploiting that, or whatever. But there's got to be a better way to do this. I shouldn't have to keep going through my Pokemon. It's like choosing children to get rid of, Oh, here's my 3-star, and this one's slightly better than the other one. Can only keep so many. Now I gotta delete. I've been just putting in 0 asterisk, 1 asterisk, and deleting as many of those as possible. But with these community days coming up and these new generations, 3,000 just ain't enough anymore. That needs to bump up to like 4,000, if not 5, or just do what I suggested. And I would love to pay for Pokemon Home. It just doesn't benefit me right now because I play Go more than I do the console games currently. So I would love that storage space there to maybe even move some of the good ones over to Home and leave them there for the time being. I would pay for that. So me rambling aside, that's what we've got going on in game right now. So let's see if I can actually go in here. Here it is, GoFest Battle Challenge. Power up a Pokemon, evolve a Pokemon, defeat a Team Go Rocket Grunt. So this ends in 5 days, 10 hours, and again, it's 1 of 3. We don't have a balloon here currently, but what I can do real quick is power up a Pokemon. I wanted to power up my Taurus anyway. I didn't realize it was actually a good one. It was a shiny that was traded to me. It's been my buddy for a hot minute now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and spend that amount of Stardust. It's not a lucky, but good enough. So we just went ahead and did that task right there. Boom. We got rid of almost 2,000 dust for 100 dust. Awesome. Evolve a Pokemon. Who can we evolve? Let's go ahead in here and type in evolve. Now I could come back in a few hours and do this next part, but I'm not going to do that. Let's see here. How about another shiny here? Let's just, I don't know. I don't really care. Another shiny here. We can evolve that. And there you go. So another Kakuna here. And that's the second part. I mean, we had plenty of candy anyway. So let's go ahead and redeem that for rare candy. Not terrible. And then we've got to defeat a Team Go Rocket Grunt, which we will do probably off camera sometime later. So let's go back into the news again. Make sure I didn't miss anything that's coming up. So we already knew inviting friends to remote raids was delayed. We know what the balloon is about. We also know what's going to happen also from 11 p.m. to 2 p.m. your local time is when they're going to increase the amount of encounters with Team Go Rocket and Jessie and James and all that. That'll be increased on Sunday. So here we go. Sunday, July 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. your local time. So all but 3 of those hours you'll be seeing those balloons. So that kind of adds to those who don't really care about Ghastly maybe. You're already over it. Take a few snapshots for a surprise. There'll be a one-time purchase Community Day box with 30 Ultra Balls, an Elite Fast TM, 2 incense, and 2 Super Incubators. For $1 for the equivalent tier pricing in your local currency, you'll be able to access the July Community Day exclusive special research story, The Great Ghastly. So there's some more interest there. I am interested in all of that. Eggs will require 1/4 hatch distance when placed in incubators. So there you go. There are some incentives here if you just were over a Gengar. You've got Team Go Rocket, you've got the special research, you've got the Community Day box, and this, just a 1, 2, 3 punch there. And all this will give you a nice little buffer and breather in between GoFest. So there should be one more GoFest challenge, and I can only imagine what that is since they're going all out with Team Go Rocket right here, right now. I thought they would push that a little further, maybe the week before, but here it is. Let me know what you guys think. Are you using the online features? Have you changed your avatar colors? How is that working out for you? I'm interested to see what they've got going next, and pretty much going to catch you in the next one. Captain Sensation!